There's my family. Yeah. House on the Rock. House on the Rock. Have you ever wanted to see inside the mind of a true visionary? Do you ever wonder what possessed them to create what they had in their mind's eye? Well, the House on the Rock gives you such an experience. Nestled in the hills of south central Wisconsin between Spring Green and Dodgeville stands the House on the Rock, an emerging marvel that draws people from all over the world each year. We are going to discuss the creator of this marvel, Alex Jordan. How it became more than just a weekend retreat for himself and a lady friend, and how his mind worked in developing one of the most unique travel destinations in south central Wisconsin. Alex Jordan, the brainchild architect, began building his house in 1945 when, on an excursion to this area, he saw a 60-foot rock outcropping which overlooks the scenic Wyoming Valley. So his dream began. The original house is set in and around this outcropping and engineering marvel of its day. The crowds of interested visitors who came to see how the house was progressing grew, and it was then that Alex decided to open it up at a tourist attraction in 1960. At first it was just the gatehouse, which served as a formal entrance to his house. Then it was up to the house proper that had a distinct oriental feeling to it. Being built into and around the 60-foot outcropping, the house remained cool year-round. There are actually 3 levels to the house proper, and of course in 1985 the Infinity Room was added. The Infinity Room is 218 foot long and has 3,264 windows. It is counterbalanced by 105 foot yards of concrete, allowing for a 180-degree view of the valley below. At this point, before the Infinity Room, Alex began his collections and building on other buildings to increase his visitors' enjoyment. The Mill House debuted in 1968. The guns, dolls, armor, and music machines inside are only a glimpse of the collections to come. In 1971, the streets of yesterday offered his visitors a nostalgic trip through small-town America of yesteryear. This included Grandma's house with something on the stove, a barber shop, a lively blacksmith, and of course a general store. In 1974, the Music of Yesteryear showcase was opened with music machines enhanced or created by Alex Jordan. Tokens bring this musical extravaganza to life. My favorite is Miss Kitty's brothel. As you walk this section, don't just look at the rooms and music machines. Look up and around to experience hidden treasures that you can and will miss if you don't slow down and take a look around. Next came Alex's greatest accomplishment, the carousel, which made its first revolution on Easter weekend. The carousel features 269 handcrafted animals. Look closely, none of them are carousel horses, but there is every other animal you can think of. There are 20,000 lights on 182 chandeliers. The organ room opened in October of 1981. This room astounds and confuses people because it is a hodgepodge of actual organs and those hand-created. So one actually has a TV built into it. No one really knows why this room came into being except to say that Alex loved organ music and loved to add his own sense of whimsy. In 1984, Alex amazed some of his smallest by adding dollhouses to a collection, every little girl's dream. In 1987, to please his young male visitors, he added the gallery that now holds an orchestra music machine. And again, if you look carefully, you can see world leaders and past presidents and founding fathers. At first, the gallery housed armor and ivory carvings that caught the attention of little boys and big boys alike. Next came the circus building that holds one of the largest collections of miniatures and memorabilia. Alex was always enhanced by the circus, and it brought all the guests back to their childhood and the memories of the greatest show on earth. In 1988, Alex sold his beloved house to Karen and Art Donaldson due to the age and declining health. In 1989, Alex dies, but his dreams live on. 1990 brought the heritage of sea, where you can see two sea monsters fight for supremacy and experience a collection of nautical memorabilia, from things from the Titanic to current day acquisitions. In 1995, Alex's last greatest collection that he had was put on tour. A tribute to nostalgia brought together unique marvels of transportation, from an old funeral wagon to antique cars, planes, and other unique modes of transportation from years gone by. Today, the tour is self-guided and broken into 3 sections. You can either do the ultimate tour of all 3, through Alex's eyes, the wonder of his house. And off-peak seasons, the house is still open in October. The house is decorated for the Halloween. Then comes Christmas at the house with more than 6,000 Santas adorning the house, and first 2 sections of the tour itself. You end by going over the carousel. Everything is decorated for Christmas. Prices vary from $28.50 for regular tour for adults, seniors $26, children 7 and up $15.50, and children under 3 are free. For the Christmas tour, it's November 20th through December 26th, and December 27th through January 4th, 9 to 5. Adults are $19.95, seniors $18.95, children 4 to 17, $11.95, and children under 3 are free. Your trip is what you make it. There's scenic splendor, imagination, run-amok things that bring you back to your childhood and things that make you think. This was Alex Jordan's hope, that his guests would experience every emotion possible while visiting his house and seeing his collections. You leave having the wonder of a child and experience of a man, his dream, and his desires. One more little known fact. There is a safe built into the 60-foot rock outcropping. Alex stored plants and important papers there during construction. Few people know this fact because Alex wanted it safe. To my knowledge, no one has opened the safe in all these years, keeping a part of Alex Jordan's vision safe a secret. Here's the House on the Rock brochure. The brochure of House on the Rock.